Hat Club designers Just and John have been previewing a lot of heat over on their Instagram pages lately, but today I'm gonna show you 3 drops that I think you're gonna wanna pay attention to. The first is Midnight Glow. If these hats look familiar, it's because they kind of are familiar. We've seen this colorway before. I think the first time that Hat Club started messing around with this color scheme right here, it was a Halloween NoHo exclusive. Y'all can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but then they tweaked some things and they brought it back as Glow My Gods. And now they've tweaked some things again. It's a little bit different, similar, but not the same. And now it's Midnight Glow in the Dark. So this collection does have glow in the dark accents, but what stands out to me, these are scripts. These are scripts, and I definitely think scripts are a wave or a trend right now in fitted hats. I'm seeing a lot of scripts from a lot of different stores. Me personally, I've been looking for a good Dodgers script to add to the collection, and this might be the one. So there are 7 styles of the Midnight Glow in the Dark. There's a Houston, there's an Arizona Diamondbacks, there's an Athletics, there's a New York Mets, there's a Guardians, a Giants, and of course, the LA joint that I already said was fire. All 7 are nice, but the Dodgers and the Mets got it for me. Y'all let me know which teams y'all are checking out down below in the comment section. The next previews we'll be taking a look at, it's safe to say these belong to the Hat Club Horror Pack for this year, which is always a very highly anticipated drop. Now, I've counted 8 new styles. So I don't know if this means that they're gonna run back the old ones, but right here they're previewing 8 new styles. So we'll see about them running back the old ones at a later date. I'm sure that they will keep everybody abreast to that information. But right now, we're gonna get into the new styles. Starting with this Indians hat right here, which interestingly enough has a Mets patch on it, which I'm sure some people are already like, an Indians hat with a Mets patch. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's not for me. I get you. I get it. But when you think about the hook or what the hook might be, you know, famous serial killer versus famous serial killer, it makes sense. Hook wise, it makes sense. And as far as the hat goes, it's very similar to the Mets that they did last year. And I have that Mets hat. That's one of my favorite Mets hats. So the colorway looks good. They've gone ahead and added like some gold metallic accents that I think look nice and just kind of take things up a notch. I think it's dope, but y'all let me know in the comment section, does that, you know, Indians hat with a Mets side patch throw you off that much? Because it's looking like a cop to me, especially if you collect Indian script. The next new style is this Diamondbacks right here, which I'm pretty sure I know the hook for. I think it's inspired or takes inspiration from a certain horror movie that features J-Lo and Ice Cube. I don't know. I'm not like confirmed on any of these. So the ones that I'm giving you my thoughts on what the hook might be is just that. It's my thoughts. The hat itself is pretty sick. Hook aside, you got, you know, the black crown with all these different pops of color. Y'all know I love colors, but it's also not too out there. I feel like it's a nice in-between for the people who like colors but don't want to get too crazy. The side patch on this one specifically, I'm really digging. This Twins is the next new style we're gonna talk about, and this one was the easiest to guess. I mean, how many horror movies feature vampire cheerleaders? And honestly, the movie is more of a comedy than a horror movie, in my opinion at least. I see the vibes for this one. I feel like I see the vision, but it's not a hat that I would rock, so it's not one that I would go for, but it's still a dope hat. This Boston, however, is the next new style we're gonna talk about, and this one really threw me for a loop. I feel like I might know the inspiration behind this one. The gray crown with the black top bill got me thinking like black and white movies. So, you know, I had to go a little further back in the catalog. And then you have the green, but you also have like some red or maybe like dark peachy tones. I can't really tell, like some red tones in the side patch. So I was kind of thinking maybe a certain villain that lives in a swamp. If y'all, a black swamp, if y'all catch the drift. I'm only thinking that because the creature is green and he has red lips. And again, the original movie was black and white. So maybe that's where they were going with the black crown, gray top bill, but I have no idea. This one's really throwing me for a loop. Aside from that though, I do like the hat itself, but just like the Twins, I don't think it's necessarily gonna be one that I wear. So it's not my personal taste, but again, good cop for whoever picks it up. This two-tone Astros hat was a little bit easier for me to decipher. So think Astrodome, you know, like the side patch, and think hook. Like not hat hook, but think literal hook. And you should be fine with figuring this one out. I really like this one. That dark blue crown, and then you have all of those blue tones in the front logo that work really well with the red, of course. Red and blue always complement each other. I feel like some of these tones might even be metallic from what I could tell. But yeah, the shades of blue in the front logo and the side patch. This is a good hat. Very well executed, great placement. I like this one a lot. Is it one that I would wear? I don't know, but great execution. I know the Rays fans will be very happy that there's a Rays hat in this pack, so sound off in the comment section. This definitely, you know, immediately like sent up my vampire antennas because of the red and the black, but I don't know, the emojis that was used on this one got me thinking maybe original vampire, you know? But there's a lot of vampire movies out there, but I'm thinking, you know, OG vampire type of vibes on this one. I do like the little accent colors like that purple, or maybe that's a hot pink, I don't even know. Maybe a purple and a pink. Some red in there. I like this one. This one's cool. My favorite two hats out of these new styles that they're showing are the next two that we're gonna talk about. So the first one is this Arizona Diamondbacks. It's an Arizona script, and the front logo on this, like the metallic blues, the gray crown, 10 out of 10. It looks like a static TV. The execution on this is crazy. From hook to hat, it was done perfectly. They're here. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? They're here. This is one of the ones for sure, at least for me. There's a lot of good hats, especially depending on what teams you collect. That's what's really gonna get people, I feel like. Yeah, this might have to be my first Arizona script. Last but definitely not least is this Atlanta Braves. Now, as much as y'all just heard me simp over that Diamondbacks hat, that's actually my number 2 out of the pack. My number 1 is this Atlanta Braves. That Braves is coming home. Why? It's simpler than the Diamondbacks, so I know I'll get a lot more wear out of it. And 2, that graphite gray metallic stitching, whatever that is, that they've been using on hats a lot this year and last year, I love that stitching. Like that threading is really, really nice. It just hits different. Like the light hits it different. They used it on, I want to say Heartbreakers. They used it on a couple of different hats that I've added to the collection this year, but it's really nice. The patch on this one is also very clean. This is gonna make a great everyday hat. I know it's a Halloween hook, but this is gonna make a great everyday hat. And that's why it's my number 1 out of the pack. Is it a lot simpler than the other ones? Yes, but if you've been watching the channel for a while, I've always gravitated towards the more simple hats or the weird hats. There's sometimes an in-between with me, but it's either weird or simple. I like what I like, okay? Hook-wise, I'm pretty sure this one might take inspiration from a long-running zombie TV show that recently concluded. I don't know. The next hat previews we're going to be taking a look at were previewed over on Pink Bottom Just's Instagram. So if you want to stay, you know, up to date, current with what's going on with Hat Club, I highly recommend you follow Just John, the Hat Club Instagram, the Hat Club NoHo Instagram, because it looks like we're getting more Rushmore hats. And that's always a highly anticipated drop, so you want to make sure you tap in and pay attention. Rushmore is normally a NoHo in-store exclusive. I don't know if that's going to be the case for these, but that's been the pattern in the past. So if it is, I definitely recommend, like I said, tap in with the Hat Club NoHo Instagram page, because I'm sure as we get closer to whenever this release is, there'll be the Instagram page that gives you all the details. So far, from what I'm looking at right now, it looks like there's 7 hats. So again, tap in with the Instagram pages so you can keep up if there are more hats, you know, after I film this video that get announced. So the first one is a two-tone Mets. Then you have a two-tone Phillies, which is actually one of my favorite like Phillies front logo side patch combinations. That front logo with the star and then the Liberty Bell side patch. You have a Rays joint, a Devil Rays with the Tropicana Field side patch, which is also a two-tone. A two-tone Texas Rangers that looks like it has some gold metallics in there. for the shadow on the front logo, for the outline on the side patch. There's a lot of colors I'm noticing. And y'all know I love colors. You know, some people like their hats plain. That's cool, that's great. I like colors. This two-tone Orioles has like this teal bluish button on top that kind of mimics the color or the banner in the side patch. That's pretty cool. There's this Diamondbacks, but they've gone ahead and flipped the front logo. So instead of being an A, it looks like it's a V, but it's really just the front logo flipped. And then you have this two-tone Chicago strip. So those are the 3 drops that I want to chop it up with y'all about today. Drops that I think y'all should be paying attention to. I know Midnight Glow in the Dark drops tomorrow on Hat Club. So if you're looking at any of those, don't miss out. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Those drop tomorrow. Rushmore and the Horror Pack, those don't have dates yet, at least not at the time that I'm filming this video. It just looks like they're previewing them on the designers' Instagram pages. So you keep up with the Hat Club Instagram, and I'm sure you'll find out those details as they roll them out. But I would assume that those hats are coming soon if they're previewing them right now. Like, comment, subscribe, show a small YouTuber some love, and I will check y'all out in the next one.